And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. At long last, it's time to roll the ball out there and get the new season of NBA basketball underway. Welcome, everyone, courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. We've got the visitors facing the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Holmgren. Just 5 to shoot. Offline with a 3.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Outside Paul. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Now here's Thompson. The rebound by Embiid. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the Golden State Warriors. And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Now here's Leonard. Orlando again missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Hamilton. And he drives in. Pass to Embiid. And he buries his first look.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
Thompson outside. Now Leonard. Down low. Here's Yao. It's good. And the assist that time from Leonard.
Well, Leonard usually has humble assist numbers, but that doesn't mean he's not going to keep his eyes open.
Out to the right wing. Here's Hamilton. The three-pointer off the mark.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Here's George. Here's Yao. Takes it inside. And that one good. Yao's got his second basket of the game.
We've just seen these massive leaps from Paul George throughout his career, particularly as a playmaker.
To the paint. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Some room here for George. Yao. And he banks in the layup. Yao's got 6.
And right away, he's going to work on the boards, just fighting for every rebound.
Not only fighting on the boards, he's converting, and not just on the putback. It's been a great start for him.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Back to Thompson. The 3 from Holmgren. The rebound by Embiid. The Warriors trailing. Paul looking it over. Screen by Embiid. Tipped. And here's George. No points yet. Over to the left wing. And it's Holmgren missing.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Here's Paul. To the right side. And there's 1:45 left in the opening quarter. The 3, Smith. And the Warriors miss again. Here's Orlando.
Warriors foul. First personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away team,
1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Holmgren, and it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
That's what Paul does best, giving his man a great scoring opportunity.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Grant, they could attempt a 2-for-1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
On the wing, Thompson. Yet to see a basket.
That is showing up again later. Wow.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Pass to Hamilton. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Divac.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Kicks it to George. Thompson with a screen. With 4 on the clock. And so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Orlando ahead. They lead by 3. And this has been a fairly close game through the first. Quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
You don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
No. You got the camera right.
Money's on the line. The mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, Orlando with the rebound.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Pass to Blackman. Back to Lillard. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Barnes.
For his career, Damian Lillard, one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the league. And he gets there a lot, too.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Orlando leading by 3. Here's Simmons. Pass to Elliott. Puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried. Elliott's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
The pass-first nature of Simmons. Fantastic job scanning the floor and finding the open teammate. Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. They set the pick to the inside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, everyone knows Lillard is one of the league's best scorers off the pick and roll, so he chooses this time to make the assist.
14 feet away. The rebound by Blackman. Warriors trail by 4. Lillard outside. Pass to Lewis. Lillard looking around. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Here's Elliott. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And no good.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
There's the steal. Left side Simmons. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Sinks it from distance. Devon's got his first 3 points of the game. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
They have also been superb at blocking shots. Just the timing has been impeccable, setting the tone on the defensive end and making those guys think about what that is what I'm talking about.
Wow. Oh my. Big Ben showing us how it's done.
You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Pass to Stojakovic. The three. And another three for Orlando.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And that's an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Oh, he sticks that one from 20 feet.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Simmons with it. Pass to Stojakovic. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Stojakovic has got 6 here in the quarter. Here's Lillard. Rejected by Barnes.
There's the length. Tough to get over Scotty Barnes.
Right side Simmons. To the wing, right side. 5 to shoot. with time running down on the shot clock. And it's a 12-point Orlando lead. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Blackman. Driving inside. Orlando with the rebound. .59 seconds left in the first half. And they double up Simmons. Here's Elliott. Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Pass to Lewis. Lillard with the ball. And there's a pick. There's the triple. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Good instincts from Lillard. Runs that pick and roll all for the setup. Ends with the assist.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Simmons looking around. Can't cash it in from close range. Lillard left side. Here's Hibbert. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Man, the defender really went after him.
It's his first trip to the line. Orlando making some changes. Good on both. Now Thompson. From deep, Holmgren. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so that brings the first half to a close. Orlando ahead. They lead by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Warriors trail by 8. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. Orlando shooting their first foul shot of the game. And the technical free throw is good.
Just think of how much of a difference Kawhi Leonard is for this team. When he's healthy, he is an absolute force.
Thompson outside. Thompson draws the double. Just 4 to shoot. Yao. The rebound by Embiid. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Warriors trail by 9. Now here's Paul. Still without a bucket. Pass to Embiid. That three's off the mark. Orlando with the ball. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Yao. He's guarded by Paul. And Smith over to help. And rejected. Here's Embiid. For the finish. Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Pass to Smith. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Orlando leading by 6. Thompson outside. And the foul on Chris Paul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Leonard for 3. Leonard, a threat from deep.
Oh, Kawhi, so consistent with his approach. Affects every phase of every minute that he plays.
Smith with the rebound.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Pass to Paul. It's blocked.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Clock at 6. Right wing. It's stolen by Leonard.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
Yeah, the claw strikes again. Leonard snatches the ball and quickly ignites the break.
To the middle. Here's Embiid. Rejected by Holmgren. George with it. Guarded by Smith. Spins. Pass to Yao. George outside. From behind the arc. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Back to Paul. Here's Hamilton. He's scoreless. And here's Embiid. Can they get it? That shot is off.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Warriors. Trailing by 13. Pass to Mullen. Here's Hamilton. There's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And CP3 with that court awareness, it's legendary, exceptional at realizing when his guys are wide open.
Leonard outside. Now Holmgren. Screen by Holmgren. Inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Aha, so clever with the up fake. Holmgren is good at going into the contact in these type of situations.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Some noise once again for your Warriors dance team.
And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Lillard. They set a pick. Shot from the wing. And it falls all over the rim and in. Mullins got his first 2 points.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Simmons with it. He's got 6. To the middle. And that one's good. Thompson's got 6.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
51 seconds left in the third quarter. Orlando with the rebound. There's the drive. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
29 seconds left in the third. Pass to Hibbert. It's rebounded by Divac. Orlando leading by 14. George left side. Here's Divac. Leonard on the wing. Plenty of space. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
28.
And so
The away team, 44.
well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Orlando with the ball. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Here's Simmons, and the layup is good.
Simmons.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Pass to Mullen. Back to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Gets the 3 ball to go. Paul's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
In full-on catch-up mode, they're raining threes right now.
Here's Simmons. It's tipped. Outside Paul. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
Chris Paul knows exactly not just who's going to hit him, but how they're going to hit him.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, BA.
And Allie, thanks. Warriors trail by 13. Picked by Smith. Here's Paul. The rebound by Simmons. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Kicks it out to Barnes. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Now Paul. Pass to Mullen. Here's Hamilton. Deflected. Right side Simmons.
Golden State foul. Chris Mullen. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Stojakovic. Another shot. Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
Golden State basketball.
Warriors trail by 13. Now here's Paul. Pass to Mullen. And the Warriors miss again. Here's Simmons going inside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Joel Embiid.
Yeah, the way that Simmons handles the ball at almost 7 feet, it's pretty much impossible to defend.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And here's Paul. Pass to Hamilton. Takes a 3. Outside Paul. George with the block.
Known as a tough defender, George, so good at reading shooters and getting to those shot attempts.
Orlando making a switch here. Here's Paul. Clock at 4. Lots of room. And he hits the jumper for 2.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Yao. 6 on the shot clock. And yep, it's good.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Outside Paul. Got a hand on it. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Awaiting ball.
Orlando leading by 15. Thompson with it. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his third foul so far.
Team's fourth.
Here's Yao. Six to shoot. Floats one up. The Warriors pull it in. There's 1:54 left to play in the fourth quarter. Paul for three. That won't go either for Paul.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Thompson draws the double. Leonard outside. From downtown. That shot off. Warriors trail by 15.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Magic.
And it seemed like steals ended up making the difference in this game.
No question. Their ability to force mistakes and turn them into points gave them an upper hand tonight.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Ben Simmons.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And George launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Thompson in the post. Here's Yao. It's George on the wing. Off target from outside. And so Orlando takes the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's Thompson. George outside. Puts up a deep three. Offensive rebound. Yao. Another shot. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And here are the Warriors now. Now Paul. Screen by Embiid. Clock at 6. Here's Mullen. Hits the trifecta.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Orlando. It's a 3-point game. It's George on the wing. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Great D that time from Holmgren. Pass to Leonard. Fires from the corner. The Warriors pull it in.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. George with a steal. Here's Leonard. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Inside, Leonard has so many go-to moves. He knows how to get by into a shot.
Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Now here's Leonard. To the right side. Here's Yao. And Smith over to help. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Orlando shooting their initial free throws of the game here. Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead.
2 shots.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Pass to Hamilton. And here's Paul. Here's Hamilton for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's one more assist in the career of CP3. We haven't seen many better passers in NBA history.
And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Leonard looking around. Pass to Holmgren. To the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Yao. Shoots over Embiid. Yao, good. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Orlando with the ball. George with it, and it's Paul picking him up. Pass to Yao. Out to Thompson. 3-pointer. He shoots again. Second chance shot. Yao, good. Yao's got 6.
And he's just beating them to the punch on the boards right now. I mean, he's making a real big statement.
That'll make his coaching staff smile, showing them his impact from the get-go.
Embiid misses. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
Down low. Kicks it to George. 3-pointer. Pass to Thompson. Here's Yao. He's guarded by Paul. Yao, good. Give him 8.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
It's good. The assist that time from Paul.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Now here's Thompson. No made baskets yet. Here's Leonard. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Oh, what a powerful move by Kawhi. Absorbing the foul, but still getting the shot in the air.
No good on that one. Orlando making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. Paul with it. 44 seconds left in the first quarter here. They double team Paul. Pass to Hamilton. Here's Embiid. That one's wide left.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Now here's George. The shot that time not on target. Out to the right wing. Back to Smith. Drops in the layup for two.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
George feels it out a bit. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And at the end of one, a closely contested game. Game so far.
10.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
Here's Blackman. Pass to Jefferson. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
Outside Barnes. Now Simmons to the left wing. Pass to Elliott. The three is up. And the three-pointer goes. Elliott's got his first 3 points of the game.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Jefferson can't hit. Here's Orlando. Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, what a move. Simmons showing he can still put on a show.
Here's Blackman. No points yet. Back to Lillard. To the middle. Fast break. Here we go. Oh, and the jam by Simmons.
Oh, my. Big Ben showing us how it's done.
Double team on Lillard. Here's Jefferson. Pass to Hibbert. To the inside. Lillard outside. Dane goes in to halt the run. He's off on that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
It's tipped. Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard finishing with authority.
The defense gets cut to shreds by Lillard on the drive. He's just so quick and agile.
Outside Simmons. Here's Stojakovic. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. Stojakovic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Lillard. Misses in close.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Pass to Stojakovic. Back to Simmons. Here's Elliott. Fires for three. Lewis with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
It's stolen by Barnes. And that one good. And the Magic lead by 9. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Yeah, I also like how they've immediately gotten out in transition. They came to run, and we'll see if they can keep it up.
Here's Simmons. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Not going to go that time. Lillard left side. To the paint. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Great idea by Lillard, using that experience to run the offense.
Outside Simmons. It's Barnes on the wing. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Barnes has got 4 points this quarter. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for Golden State. They trail by 7. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
It's his first trip to the line.
Yeah, I think something that doesn't get appreciated enough is Lillard's patience. But he's not one to rush things or look for easy outs. He knows it takes hard work to succeed.
Pass to Elliott. The ball's knocked loose. From deep three-point land. Lewis with the rebound.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Lillard deciding where to go with it.
Right here.
Five on the clock. Out to the wing. Lewis. It's rebounded by Divac. Pass to Barnes. Back to Simmons. Here's Stojakovic. Inside. The kick out to Simmons. Unloads. It's cleared by Damian Lillard. Here's Hibbert. Here's Jefferson. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Orlando ahead. They lead by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Now here's Paul. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Drives to the hoop. Great D that time from Holmgren. Orlando leading by 5. Pass to Yao. George outside. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
Golden State on D. Now here's Holmgren. Here's Yao. Embiid covers. Back to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. Warriors trail by 5. Out left to the wing. Pass to Embiid. Here's Hamilton. Screen by Embiid. Hamilton with the bucket. Hamilton's got 5.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Leonard. Holmgren for 2.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, His body control and awareness are off the charts.
Pass to Hamilton. And here's Embiid. Stolen by Thompson. On the break. Back to Holmgren. On the wing, Thompson. Yet to see a basket. George outside. Shoots over Paul. George's shot is good. And now it's a 7-point Orlando lead. And here's Paul. Pass to Mullen. Here's Smith. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Mullen. Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves spotting away shots just like this.
Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got two young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Here's Mullen. Perfection with the jumper from the elbow. Mullen's got 5.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
Pass to Holmgren. Six on the shot clock. Yow, good. He's got 10.
And that's just nasty right there, guys. He has a tremendous crossover.
Oh, George with a steal. And here they go. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Pass to Hamilton. They set the pick. The kick out to Paul. The 3. Orlando with the rebound.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
To the paint. Yao, shot is off. Warriors trail by 10.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Paul looking it over. .152 left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Hamilton with the bucket.
Yeah, the dime dropping skills of Paul. Tremendous at getting it to uncover teammates.
Thompson outside. Pass to Holmgren. And no good. And stolen by Holmgren. Banked it in off the glass. And the Magic lead by 9. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Orlando.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Number 21.
Here's Paul. He's scoreless. Shot clock at 3. Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Pass to Holmgren. Now here's Thompson. Shoots over Paul. And Thompson gets it to go. 44 seconds left in the third. Here's Hamilton, defended by Thompson. Smith right side. Here's Paul. It's rebounded by Divac. Orlando leading by 9. 19 seconds left to play in the third. Leonard for 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pass to Hamilton. Embiid with it. Here's a 3 from Paul. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Orlando. They have a nice 9-point cushion. Fourth. Quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for Orlando. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Fighting for his shot. Barnes is well rewarded for his effort.
Here's Paul. Pass to Mullen. Releases. It's rebounded by Divac.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Here's Stojakovic. Back to Simmons. And Chris Paul clears it away. Warriors trail by 12. To the wing on the left. Here's Mullen. Up and in on the layup.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Simmons with the bucket.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside.
Now Paul. Pass to Blackman. The kick out to Paul. It's stolen by Barnes. Outside Simmons. Puts it up from 12. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Paul. Good on the shot. Paul's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, when he's inside, Paul is so good at finding those little creases.
Barnes in the post. Pass to Divac. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. They double-team Paul. Here's Blackman. Got a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Oh, they get a hand on it. Yeah, if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Clock at 6. To the inside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Great setup. When you have Simmons' height, it's easier to see the entire floor.
Here's Paul. The 3. Mullen can't get it to go.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown.
Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Now here's Embiid. Outside Paul. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Tries the spin move. Yeah, good. And the Magic lead by 17.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Here's Hamilton to end the run. And the Warriors miss again. George outside. Fires the three. Joel Embiid with the board. Warriors trail by 17. There's a minute 40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Over to the left wing. Fires from deep. Kept alive. The kick out to Paul. And again, no good by Golden State. Orlando leading by 17.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Magic.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And it was a reliably solid performance from one of their key guys. A tremendous game for Chet Holmgren.
I have to say, he was totally unleashed tonight. Flying up and down the court, helping out however he could. He made a big impact on both ends.
Paul with it. Guarded now by George. Pass to Mullen. Over Leonard. Here's Mullen. Now 8 seconds separating the two.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the Portland Trailblazers, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Jazz. Tip-off goes to Orlando. Now Thompson. Pass to George. Magic moving the ball around to the inside. Portland grabs the miss. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Mobley inside. Rebound by Yao. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
And that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
And Williams has shot it at 50% for a season on corner threes. So, yeah, you just can't let him get those off.
Back to Thompson. And there's the drive. And Thompson throws it down.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized four who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Mobley a screen. And Howard has it in the corner. Pass to Van Arsdale. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. George with the steal. Stolen away to the middle. Here's Williams. Here's Mobley. Howard in the post. Pass to Williams. Down low. A kick out to Mobley. 4 on the clock. And stolen by Thompson. Here's George. Puts up a deep three. They get it again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And Ming is mammoth in terms of his size. Exceptional at using it to snare those offensive rebounds.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Mobley outside. Just 5 to shoot. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Portland again missing. Orlando leading. Right side, George. And he drives in. And he can't jam it through. Here's Williams. No good that time. Good D by Holmgren. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
And George's guys encourage him to just fire away. They know he's lethal from there.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Thompson with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Here's Beal. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Williams for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
In the corner, George with it. The 3. Rebounded by Howard.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Pass to Williams. Williams double team. Clock at 4. There's Beal with the 3. Portland no good that time either. Orlando leading by 6. Holmgren can't hit.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Mobley outside. Pass to Howard. Back to Mobley. Portland again missing. And so it's Orlando with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the Magic here so far in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Elliott, a three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers trailed by 6. And finished off by Banchero.
And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
Here's Divac. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
And how about Banchero showing some passion there, going in hard and finishing right at the rim.
There's a good screen to the paint. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D is just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And not many 6'10 players have the handles that Simmons has.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Barnes. Great defense that time from Banchero. Trailblazers trailed by 6. Inside. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star break in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly. And the biggest reason Banchero went first overall, Paolo brings your playmaking ability at 6'10". He's got a very rare skill set for that size.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Stojakovic has got the lead up to 7 now for Orlando. Outside Garland to the left side wing. Pass to Howard. The kick out to Mobley. Back to Howard. It's stolen by D-Box. Moving it up. Now hits how to finish the break. Throw down with this.
And don't sleep on Patience leaping ability. More than capable on those finishes.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. It's Garland with the ball for the Trailblazers. 9-point game. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. No good from Howard.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Elliott misses. Trailblazers trailed by 9. Garland, that's for 2. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when he's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Here's Simmons. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Pass to Elliott. Beyond the arc. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Elliott's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Brooks. Now Howard. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Elliott. And it's the Magic's ball. They're on a 15-5 run. And they double up Simmons. Pass to Elliott. Stojakovic with it. The offensive rebound. Here is Elliott. Orlando moving the ball around. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Now, here's Garland. Still scoreless. And it's Howard finishing it off.
I swear Dwight Howard plays with a watch on. His timing is tremendous on those alley-oops.
There's a minute 34 left now here in the second. A three-pointer is right on target. Stojakovic has got 11 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The wide-open look here for Garland. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Divac misses. Trailblazers trailed by 13. White with it. Divac picks him up. Hits it from three-point range. White's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Pass to Stojakovic. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Stojakovic has got the lead up to 13 now for Orlando. Garland with the bucket. Garland's got his first bucket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
34 seconds left here in the second. Fires from way outside. And it's Stojakovic missing. And it's Brooks in the corner. Outside Garland. 17 seconds left to play in the first half. Clock at 6. Pass to Howard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Tries again. Here's Brooks. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Orlando holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we'll be right back after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. But in the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. Outside Leonard. George with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got his team on the board first here in the second half for Orlando. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Leonard with the steal.
And anytime you go cross court, there's some risk involved. Not at all surprised that one was stolen. Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
And here's George. He's got 8 from past the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 11.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
To the middle. And it's slammed in by Howard.
SGA with some good movement, creating an easy opportunity for a teammate.
Orlando leading by 15. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Thompson with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Mobley.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
And he sinks the second. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Portland. They trail by 16. And Holmgren pulls it down. Thompson in the corner. Down low. Here's Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
What a powerhouse move from Kawhi, getting right to the rim.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander launches it. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And it's sent back by Howard.
Now that reach of Dwight Howard's is so impressive. A dominant shot blocker and a tremendous athlete.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pick by Yao. A three from Leonard. And Harsdale pulls it in. Trailblazers trailed by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
Here's Thompson. He has 5. Outside, George. Six to shoot. No one near him. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Now here is Yao. And he comes up with the deuce. Yao's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, this is why they get Yao the ball inside. He's basically unguardable this close to the rim.
Knocks it loose. Here's Van Arsdale.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul. Substitution.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Bradley Beal.
Thompson outside. George double team. Leonard, that's for 2. Holmgren in the corner. 5 to shoot. The 3 from George. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts one up from 19. Rebound by the Magic.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
The Magic again can't hit. Trailblazers trailed by 18. To the paint. Outside for Beal. And stolen by Yao. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Drains the three-pointer. Leonard's got 5 now. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Orlando.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Orlando leading by 22. .105 left to play here in the third. Here's Elliott. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Trailblazers ball.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Kicks it out to Banchero. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Banchero with the screen. To end the cold streak. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his third basket of the night. Pass to Barnes. Back to Simmons. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Elliott. And it's off from three-point range. It's tipped. And stolen by Simmons.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Well, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Banchero, right side. The three. Elliott the bucket. Elliott's got 8 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the ride.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Orlando has possession. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Elliott. Takes a 3. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Elliott's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Magic. Here's Garland. Takes the 3. Here's Van Arsdale. 6 on the shot clock. Banchero with the screen. Van Arsdale can't get it to go. Pass to Elliott. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And they recover it. Garland with the bucket.
Garland is so small that if there's a little bit of room, he's going to find a sliver.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, I appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Pass to Elliott. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Howard. And here's Portland. And a deep 3 from Beal. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points. And it only takes a little effort on behalf of Howard to rise up for the flush, using that size and strength to jam it down.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Back to Simmons. Pass to Stojakovic. Off target with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Well, Beal loves getting a little wiggle room and then great rhythm on that 3.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paolo Banchero. That is his first foul of the game. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
To the wing right side. Banchero inside. Just 3 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's open. Rebound by the Magic.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Oh, good on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Elliott. The good-looking shot from the wing. Elliott's got 15 points here in the second half.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. That's now 8 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Barnes grabs the miss. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Divac. For the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. Divac has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Simmons on the wing. Up and in on the layup.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. And Divac pulls it down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ben Simmons.
And so many times on the defensive end showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
Here's Banchero, and the shot goes in.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
Pass to Stojakovic. Over Williams. And it's Orlando with another.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Over in the corner, Barnes. That three off the mark. Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.